Before we get into this video, guys, can you please subscribe to Kyle, my good friend's channel? You guys obviously see him in all my videos when we play Small Man or if we do live streams. He's always there. He started a channel. He's doing striker videos. He has montage and stuff. Hopefully more to come. So just go show him some love. Link in the description. Thank you guys so much. Let's jump into it. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the first episode of Thinking Like Rixy. And today we're going to be talking through a goal that happened in a VFL game, breaking it down bit by bit and kind of talking you through how I was thinking at the time and what actually happened. And I do want to show this. I will show some saves. I also want to show some goals conceded because I feel like goals conceded is the main point where you can really learn. I think you guys have probably learned the most is when you're going through goals conceded, because it kind of talks a bit about, like, I do make mistakes, things happen. But in this instinct, I want to talk about the defensive error here. So let's rewind it here and let's kind of take it back from here. So what can you guys see wrong? First of all, I'm going to let you have a quick think. What is wrong with this back line here? We were currently winning the game. There was no need to play in this position. People got sucked into certain situations. For example, the first one, the left back on the halfway line with the long hair and this closest side to you on the camera, he was out of position. Let's put it that way. He was out of position. And then I'll take it to another camera angle as well. You can see here. I think he's number 10 with the long hair, literally on the halfway line now. He was the left back. The defense should have been in a flat line to start with. When the cam or the striker had the ball in that position, somebody should have pressing him. The DM was pressing him but wasn't goal side of him, so he couldn't actually get in front. Then we lost shape. Like the far right hand side, both of our fullbacks are quite out of position. Our centre backs with the guy with the white gloves and the guy with the white hair in the middle there, with a DM dropping in. Nobody can get to it. The furthest back centre-back was currently playing him on side. If not, if he was in line with the other centre-back, obviously this guy would have been offside the ball and it would have happened. But things happened. He was starting to track the run. He saw the run himself, so I guess he was doing the right thing, if you want to point it out that way. The main issue came from that left-hand side, where the fullback was out of position, allowing the gap here. And then if we break it down into this situation here, I'm going to go in even tighter, and you can see the shot takes the slightest deflection, and my guy, even though it hits his hand, it still does go in, which I don't understand sometimes. Talking about body position and where he was going to shoot, I know you guys want me to really break down this here. If I bring it back here, so the striker comes in. If I was a striker in this situation, where is the bigger side of the goal to you? That left-hand side. The striker coming in would have been eyeing up that left-hand side. As he runs in on goal, he's going to try and make as much space as possible. I start coming out, tiny bit, just to close down. You can notice that I don't come out all the way. I make a few advancing steps. So obviously I start in the centre. I come across to the right hand side of the post to get my front post covered enough. I come up 2 steps. I stop. I retreat 1 step because he wasn't going to actually... he wasn't baiting. I was basically, as a goalkeeper, when you come off your line, you want to bait them out into a shot. You want to force them into an early shot. Here, he didn't fall for it. So I'm going to come out to this camera angle here. It gives you a good idea of what I was thinking. This is my start position, the goalkeeper start position in this situation here. Me, as a goalie, would have seen this when it was coming along. I would have seen the ball come through. We take it all the way back to the beginning. The cam, he plays the ball into the situation here. I come out to as soon as he gets in there, I'm coming out and I'm closing down the angle. You can see, I'm on my 6-yard line. I'm quite away from my goal. So if he did a long shot, or maybe I probably would have had a chip covered, but a long shot could have beaten me in that far post. But the reason I came out is, like I said, baiting. You come into this situation here, I realise, okay, I should probably put a bit of pressure on. I come out 2 steps, I stop. The reason for stopping is because animations can muck you up. If you're in an advancing position as a goalkeeper and they take the shot, your guy will probably miss it. So I came out trying to bait him into a really early shot. Obviously, it was risking it because it really would have been pushing an early shot from there. He was probably like 25, 30 yards almost out from the goal. I come out an extra 2 further steps. Doesn't fall for it again. So you can see my initial start position was this 6-yard line. I came on for about 4 yards to the 6-yard line when he got first play through. There was no pressure on him because obviously none of the defenders were nearby. I make another step here. Step again. 2 steps forward. I am quite far off my line now. Maybe a confident striker would have tried to chip me because look how far I'm off my line. Like, that is an easy chip for a good striker. But in fact, he didn't fall for the shot. He kept running on goal. He almost blew the chance. But unfortunately, for me and for the team, this is what happened. Look at the smallest bit of contact here. Boom. Takes the shot. Deflection. Goes in. The reason I knew, like, I got hands to the shot. I probably should have saved it. The game probably should allow me to save it. In this position, he could have ball rolled to the right, which would have exposed my front post and probably just slotted it in. But if he's not an experienced striker, he was just going to go across goal. You can see, he probably wouldn't have scored across goal because that's a very tight angle to actually score across. So let me just go here. He would have seen this. So on that right-hand side, I could easily just roll and dive and push the ball around the post. Easy. No issues there. Like, I would have had that covered all day long. But the fact that when the shot came in, he was going across goal. You can see the ball there. His foot was open to that far post. It probably would have been a pretty bad shot, to be honest. It probably wouldn't have even hit the target. You can see his foot position here. Let's just get it in place here. This is his foot position. It looks like it's going to be a complete straight shot. There's no finesse or anything. There's no curl to the shot here. You can just see it's probably going to go just wide of the post because of the defender putting the pressure on. But because the defender got his foot in the way, it took that tiny bit of touch here. I knew it was going to my front post. You can see I react to it. I'm in the right position. My guy goes down slightly early, animation-wise. Hits my fingers and still goes in. But I don't think, personally, I did anything wrong in this situation here. You can see I did intelligent moves by closing down, like the slight angles. I put the pressure on the striker. I can see the ball. My original start position was here. I always start off my line, penalty spot, edge of the box. So obviously come out for sweeper keeper sort of through balls. This one I wouldn't have beaten him to, so I didn't bother coming out for. I keep coming off my line here. I keep trying to get a bit more pressure on, a bit more space, just trying to bait him. I guess the only thing you could have said here was the fact that when the deflection came in, we'll keep playing it. You can see at the corner of the right hand side, my guy was slightly moving. I guess that could have been the only reason, or possibly the reason why my guy reacted the way he did. I'm not sure, but I feel that's probably what the issue was. Is because I was maybe moving a tiny bit. Because of the ball taking the deflection, my guy got dragged slightly out of position. You can see, and he just doesn't get a clean enough hand when he probably should have done it. It was an easy save. You can't even put it down to reaction time on the game because I reacted to it. I've obviously got the hand to it, but I'm not sure how that's really happened. But it's one of those things, and it's one of those things you have to accept as a goalkeeper. But you can see people in this situation here as well. I want to go back to orbit for this one maybe, so I can get a good so I can talk you through this one as well from the beginning to the end. The cam finds an absolutely outstanding ball. The guy on the right would have obviously called for it. You can see the space here. This is his eye line. We're leaving drag it in pretty much to his eye line here. This is what he would have seen. He played the ball in. Everybody's running back towards goal. Number 4 wasn't even facing the play, so he was running back towards goal. Obviously disadvantage straight away. Go around this way. Our left back. I know I'm focusing on the ball because I don't want to go off the ball. There. Look at his starting position when this ball is played. He should be in line with this guy with the white glove. This should be the defensive line. So there was obviously two small mistakes. I guess it was a counter-attack, so people were starting out of position. But you really wanted to get that defensive line in line here with number 4. Any higher would have been too high up. The deepest you would have wanted to sit would be with this guy here. But you need to communicate as a defense, and hopefully if you're a defender you will know that these sort of balls, they happen a lot on FIFA. You've got to really make sure your fullbacks are disciplined, and just make sure your centre backs are communicating with each other. You can see my pressure here, you can see the shot, you can see the goal. You get a good understanding what happened and the breakdown in that play. That's pretty much what I want to talk about, guys. Let me know if you like this sort of talk through of inside the mind of Rixy, because it kind of gives you a good understanding. The camera angles I can break down and everything, and this is infuriating. You would have seen the episode yesterday. I kind of muted the sound a little bit because of this reason. Let's have a look. Let's go to this angle. So the guy had a penalty earlier in the game. I'm just going to quickly break down another one. I knew he was going right. I take the tiniest step because you know the penalties that go out of your reach. But I take that little step and my guy decides to do a high dive instead of just going low to the ground and just pushing it. It's one of those things that is infuriating. That it seems to be certain spots on this game they're just out of reach. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching Inside the Mind of Rixy. Hopefully you enjoyed episode 1. If you want to see more of this, smash that like button. Let's try to get 100 likes on it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.